Hi everyone, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel, Starming Soap, or welcome if you're new. Today I am going to do a tag or a VR to Show Us Your Decks by Angel at Feeding My Soul 1212. It's also called Get Your Decks Out. But yeah, Show Us Your Decks is the hashtag that's on her video, so I'm going to go with that one. This was really fun. So, first of all, I just want to say I've got a bit of a different filming setup now. I'm trying to work out a way that I can film whenever, so I don't have to just rely on natural light. So it might take me a few videos to kind of work out. I think it's okay today. I'm trying to work out if there's shadows, weird shadows. I mean, a little bit, but I'm going to go with this and see what it looks like. Hopefully the cards will look okay. That's the main thing, isn't it? So the first prompt is a deck you mean to use but it hasn't seen any time on your reading desk yet, and why. So for that I am going with the Wild Unknown Pocket Tarot. Now I've had this a long time, but the reason that it's the card I'm using for this prompt is because if you've watched any of my recent deck collection videos, I was going to rehome this deck. It's been in my rehome pile for ages, like over a year, but during that video I decided I was actually going to keep it and give it a go, but I haven't done that yet, so it fits this prompt. It's still in order, as you can see. So yeah, I got it really early on. I think it was one of my first few tarot decks when I came back to it. And I just feel like I got it too early. I didn't really understand it. Because although there are some Rider-Waite-Smith references, it doesn't really follow it exactly. So it's really difficult for a beginner, I feel. It's also... there's a lot of animals, and that was also really difficult for me to work with when I was starting out as well. But I really like Kim Krams's art style, so I want to give it another go. And I'm also following a more nature-based practice at the moment, and I feel like this will fit into it. And I might be able to read it a bit better now. I like this card. So yeah, so I am planning to read with it again, but I just haven't yet. So that's why it's the deck that I mean to use, but it hasn't seen any time on my desk yet. Prompt number 2 is the 12th deck from the right on your tarot shelf. Now, couldn't really work out how to do this, and I was thinking too much about it, so I've got more than one place where I keep tarot decks, and they're kind of, most of them are all in like a unit cupboard thing, and there's multiple rows, so I was like, I don't know how to work this out, but I think I worked it out. I kind of counted along and I ended up on Tarot Decolise. These are the backs. I love the backs. So this deck, I really like this one. It's got a lot of pastel colours. There's a lot of like random pop culture references and historic references in here. There's references to artwork, there's references to different stories. The only slight complaint that I have with this deck is it doesn't explain those references in the guidebook, and I really, really wish it would. But yeah, I really like it. It goes with quite a lot of decks that I have as well. I like the colours. I like how earthy the Pentacles suit feels. And I like how pink the cup suit is. Is it the cups that's pink? Yeah, how pink the cup suit is as well. And I love the backs. And they're literally my favourite. Prompt 3 is a deck that you are thinking about rehoming. And again, if you saw my deck collection video, I talked about this then. So this is a Tinsel Tarot. This was also in my rehome pile for a while. And I decided to use the backs. Decided to get it out again. Again, this is in order because I had it ready to rehome. But I found that there's now a PDF guidebook available for it. And similar to the Carlotides, actually, it was annoying me that I didn't understand some of the references. Now, I still haven't really spent any time looking through the guidebook, so I don't know if it does explain the references or not. But I like old Hollywood. I like the vintage feel of this. So I wanted to give it another go as well. So I'm thinking of rehoming it, but I might not. Oh, this isn't in order. I thought I'd put it back in order. I must have just happened to have the Fool on the front. The Fool and the Magician. Wait. Oh, it's not in order. It's just the first two happen to be in order. How weird. So yeah. I'm keeping it for now, but I am thinking of rehoming it. Okay, that was prompt 3, wasn't it? So prompt 4, a deck you don't store in the original box and why. I've got a number of decks I could have shown for this one, but I went with the Darkwood Tarot, which I love, and I made this bag for it. The only reason I don't have this in its box is because it's one of those really big Llewellyn boxes, and I don't have the space to keep them all stored in that. Plus, they're nice boxes. They're really nice boxes, in fact, and the books are really good that you get in them, and the books are bigger than the deck, which is why it needs a bigger box. But I just find it annoying to have to get them out of the box each time, and I'd rather they were just in their own little bag. So that is what I've done with, well, every deck that I have that's in one of those boxes I have made a bag for. And I store the boxes just in case I ever want to rehome the deck. But this one, I don't feel like this one would go anywhere anytime soon. I love this deck. I haven't actually had this out since autumn. And now I'm flipping through it, I really want to work with it. I love the star card. I love the Temperance as well. I do use this all year round. I just haven't happened to use it. No, that doesn't make sense. I just haven't used it since the autumn. I use this for shadow work. I don't just use it for shadow work, actually. I use it because I just like how it looks. And again, because it's in the woods and like foresty, and I'm feeling drawn to all my nature kind of decks at the moment. I love this Seven of Pentacles as well with the pumpkins. I really want to work with this again, so this will probably be coming out quite soon. I edged this in black myself, it doesn't come like this. So that was a deck I don't store in the original box. Prompt 5 is a deck with more or less than 78 cards. And for this I decided to go with the Grimalkin's Curious Cast Tarot. Again, I have got a few decks that could have fit this prompt. This one's only got 1 extra card, I believe. Actually, it might be 2. Hang on. I think it's 2 actually. Yeah, there's a Unity card and there's a Grimalkin card at the end of the majors. So I didn't prep this in advance, so I'm going to just have to quickly find the extra cards. I can still show it anyway. This is probably my favourite cat tarot, especially this time of year, because it feels very spring to me with all the flowers. I've got a couple of cat tarots, but this is my favourite at the moment. I love this hermit. I like how the cats just look like cats, but then they have been made to kind of, like, their expressions are really funny sometimes. Oh, there's one of the extra cards, say the Grimalkin card. And Unity. So okay, yeah, so these are the two extra cards that you get in this deck. The Unity and Grimalkin. Okay, prompt 6 is a deck with a cloud on the box. I actually found it quite difficult to find one with a cloud on the front. I didn't look through all of my decks, in fairness. But the first one that I found that had a cloud on it was this one, the Cozy Witch. There's some clouds there, look. So the Cozy Witch Tarot deck by Amanda Lovelace. This deck's really fun. This is like a hug deck for me. I like the witchiness of it, and I like these phrases at the bottom. I like how there's a range of body shapes in this deck as well. You don't see that a lot in tarot. I appreciate that. I also really like the 10 of Pentacles in this deck. I don't know if I've already gone past it, but if I come to it, I'll show you. But it's like modern, it's witchy. It's kind of young feeling, but that just adds to the I don't know, it's just a whole vibe, this deck. This Hermit card, I really like her. See if I find the 10 of... I might have already gone past it. Oh, okay. The 10 of Pentacles, because normally the 10 of Pentacles has like a family and like a house and things in it. And I never really identify with that and for the meaning of the 10 of Pentacles. But this one, it says having it all looks different to everyone. I like that because that fits more. I haven't got this many cats. I just have one. But yeah, you know, I don't have an immediate family. I live on my own. I don't own my house, so I appreciate having a different slant on the 10 of Pentacles. These are the backs. I love the coffee cups for the cups. So that was the deck with a cloud on the box. Prompt 7 is a deck that you've never shown on your channel. Now, I have just done and they're not all out yet, but I've just done my whole deck collection. So the only tarot that I have that is not shown yet is the newest one that I have in, because I got this after I did those videos, and that's the Desert Illuminations tarot. It's literally the only deck I have that would fit this prompt. Now, I am one of those people who really wanted this when it was an indie deck. Never got my hands on it. So when I found out it was coming out mass market, I have basically followed and kept checking until it was available, and it seemed to take a long time. I love this Judgment card, by the way. This is one of the cards that made me want the deck. I love it. I love the aliens. I love the cowboys. It's very far removed from like my life and where I live, because I live in England, but I've always liked the look of this part of the States. I love the whole alien thing. And I've just always really wanted this deck. I just always really liked it. I know there's been changes between this and the original. I think there was 2 versions of the indie, and this was based on the second version. I don't really know too much about the differences in them, to be honest. I just know I really wanted it, and it's really brightly coloured. And I haven't got anything else like it. The cows. The aliens show up in the Pentacles suit mainly. I think there's a few in the Majors as well, but it's mainly just the Pentacles, or the cactus suit. I love how there's chilies for the wands, the jugs for the cups, and then daggers. Is it daggers for swords? Yeah, daggers, Queen of Daggers. I love her. We'll end on her because she's cool. So yeah, I like the backs. I like the edging. My favourite colour, teal. Yeah. So that is the Desert Illuminations Tarot, which is a deck I've never shown on my channel until now. Prompt 8 is a deck with an animal other than a lion in the Strength card. And I've just realised I didn't prep this one either. This is the Tarot of the Huntress. By Cara Small. Which is based on Artemis, or the Huntress archetype. Oh, I did prep it. This is the Strength card, which is this beautiful stag, which means a lot to me at the moment. So yeah, so that is the Strength card. So it's not the lion. I'll show you a few other cards. So it's all based around the archetype of the Huntress. And it's all public domain art, Renaissance art. I'm not sure if I keep showing this deck, and I'm not sure if YouTube's going to. YouTube seems to be a bit funny at the moment. People have been reporting videos being taken down and stuff because of nudity, so hopefully, like, it's literally just artwork, but I don't know. So hopefully, because I've shown this quite a lot recently, hopefully they won't flag it. But anyway, this is the Strength card, and it's not a lion. Prompt 9 is a deck that comes in a box within a box. This is the Neo Tarot. I don't have, well, it's in storage, but I don't have to hand the box, the other box. But basically it had a bigger box, and then you opened it, and then this was inside the box, and then it had a book as well. And I can't actually think of another one I have that came in 2 boxes actually. But yeah, so this is the Neo Tarot by Jericho Mandibert. This card always reminds me of Matisse, like Matisse artwork, like the cutouts, cutout art he used to do. I don't know why just that one specifically does. This was technically my first deck, so I don't really use it that much anymore, although I did say in my deck collection video that I want to use it more again because it's got a self-care slant in the guidebook. And I kind of like the colours. I like all the purple and green and black. That's like my favourite colour combination. It's pretty Rider-Waite-Smith. It follows Rider-Waite-Smith. I like this Empress. But yeah, so that is the Neo Tarot. Prompt 10 is a deck that would not appear in your top 10 deck list. I decided to go with the Millennial Tarot for this. This is the indie version, but I have modified it and cut all the borders off so it doesn't look like this. There is a newer mass market version of this now as well. I trimmed it because it was too big. And I do like this deck. I'm not a massive fan of the artwork. The bit that resonates for me is the bottom part of these cards. So the like millennial take on the cards, the phrases, some of them make me really laugh. I like the court cards because it's actually quite helpful for like making associations to what the court cards could represent. Like Queen of Thoughts is the swords, so Queen of Swords, independent woman. Binge watching, we know how that feels. Like life coach for the Knight of Vibes, which is Wands. Mother's intuition for the Queen of Cups. TBH, IDK. Vision board. It's just, it makes me laugh because I am a millennial. Can't even for the Ten of Swords is just amazing. Frenemies. It's all just, you know, things that we say. Grey house smile. Fam. Thirst trap. Stay at home dad. I just think it's van life. It just makes me laugh. And I kind of overlook the artwork because I don't really like it. And I do like the avocados on the box too. But yeah, it's not a deck that would be in my top 10 ever. It's not one of my favourites. Yeah. Prompt 11. A deck you associate with the colour green. The first one I thought of was the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. Is that what it's called? Tarot Forest. Yeah, Forest of Enchantment, I think. I feel like a few other people have chosen this deck for this prompt as well, but I mean, it literally is just green. it's so green that there is no other deck it could be. I really like this deck. Again, with the nature vibes, it's got fae energy, it's got animals. The black shark for death is amazing. Like, I live in Norfolk. It's a very Norfolk thing. Well, Norfolk and Suffolk thing, actually. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, I have to have this deck. I believe the artist, I haven't got the book with me, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm right, but I feel like the artist was from Suffolk or lived in Suffolk or Norfolk. I think it was Suffolk. And that makes sense why there's a black shark. There's like trolls and fairies and dragons and stuff in this deck. There's little hints to fairy tales. It's witchy as well. I just love it. I love this, the world that this tarot deck shows us or makes us feel a part of. I love this strength card. Oh, it's another one that could have been a strength card without a line. So yeah, I really like this one. It's End of the Deer because I like the deer. We've got a few more. So prompt 12, a deck you got Secondhand. So that's the Intuitive Night Goddess Tarot. I got this from eBay. A few of my decks, quite a few of my decks are secondhand actually. But this one was from eBay. Someone was selling it. And it was a deck that had been on my radar for quite a while. But I'd resisted because I was like, oh, it's kind of, you know, it's just like Rider-Waite-Smith kind of deck. Do I really need another one? I feel like I've got other decks that are like it. But it kept calling to me, and then I found it on eBay and I was like, right, I'm going to get it. It was a really reasonable price. And I am so glad I bought it because it was one of those decks that I had an instant connection to. And I love all the plants and the flowers in it. It's got goddess energy without feeling like it has to be for a specific one. And I just absolutely love it. And I think it's become one of my favourites. It might even be now my third favourite, or my second favourite, because my two favourites are joint first. It would definitely be in the top 5, and it would probably be in the top 3. At the moment, it would be in the top 3. I just absolutely love it. So that was a secondhand deck. Okay, so the next prompt 13, is a deck with your most used guidebook. Now, I found this one difficult because I don't really use guidebooks without the deck. I don't have any that I do that with. I've got lots of tarot books that I use with any deck, but I don't really use the guidebooks for specific decks for other decks, if that makes sense. But there is one exception because the Antique Anatomy book, you can see there's a tab in it because this has got lots of different associations. Now, the one that I tab and come to all the time is the colour associations. So this is really the only guidebook that counts for this prompt because I do use this, and it has other things as well. The colour is what I mainly reference, but it's got so much. It's got numerology. It shows you companion cards. It has astrology associations, the elements, the colour, and all of those things. You know, you can use all of that for any deck really. So this is the only deck, the only guidebook that can really fit into this prompt. So yeah, and I thought I'll just show you some of the cards as well. And I've had this one a really long time as well, but I didn't use it for ages because it's a pip deck really in the minors, and again I got it quite early, so I feel like I didn't really appreciate it as much. I've always loved the aesthetics of it, and again I like the flowers. I like the flowers on all the cards, as well as the kind of what do you call them, like medical drawing type illustrations you might find in like an anatomy textbook or something. But recently I've actually been using this a lot during like the end of April and now into the start of May when I'm recording this. I've been using this for daily pulls, and I've used it for some spreads as well because I want to use it more, and I feel like now is a good time. I'm feeling connected to it now after having it for so long. This is another one that was secondhand actually, because in the UK, if you try and buy the Antique Anatomy Tarot, it comes as a different box with a different name. I want to say it's like the Modern Tarot Reader deck or something. And I wanted this version, and the box is the box that matches this. And I found it secondhand in the end. There's another one I don't keep the box because the box is bigger than the deck, and it, as discussed earlier, that annoys me a bit. So also I did the corners again recently, so they might be a bit more rounded than normal because it was kind of square. It hadn't been cut, the corners hadn't been cut very well, so I rounded them myself again now. And I think it sounds weird, but that was stopping me from using it as well because it annoyed me, but it didn't click why it was annoying me until I was like, why don't I just re-round the corners, and ever since then I haven't put it away. Weird little things that stop us using decks sometimes. But yeah, I love it now. I've got two more. Prompt 14 is a deck with water on the box, and as soon as I read that prompt I was like, Somnia must have water on the box, right? And yes, it does. There's a lot of water in the deck overall. I feel like I'm just repeating myself with things that I'm saying about decks. I don't really know what to say more about it because I've just done a deck collection video and talked about every single one. But yeah, this is a deck by Nicholas Bruno. It's all photography that he did himself. There's costume design in it, which I really appreciate. It's based on like nightmares or no, sleep paralysis. That was like the reasoning behind it. I was always really put off by the covered faces, making me feel really claustrophobic, but then I decided that I like that about it. And that was a reason to get it rather than a reason not to get it. and I am really happy that I got it. I've also recently been able to get the book secondhand as well. This was another deck that was secondhand, but I managed to get the book secondhand as well, the like extended guidebook that comes with, that you can get. But yeah, so that was the Somnia Tarot. And then the last prompt is a deck that contains your most favourite card ever and why. Now, if I had to really think about my favourite card ever, I would never have done this video. So I've had to just be like, okay, what is one of my favourite cards? I think I got this ready. And I was like, I'm going to just find my favourite card in my favourite deck. So this is Tarot of Mystical Moments. And my favourite card in this deck is the Hierophant. I've never really liked the Hierophant card until I found this one, where it is more of a teacher, is how I read the Hierophant in this deck, in this card. And I much prefer that to the religious Pope looking character in most decks. So yeah, so that's my favourite card in this deck because of the different slant on the Hierophant card. I'll just show a few more cards. It's really glossy, but I love this deck. It's my favourite. It's a really intuitive reader for me as well. So I very rarely use the guidebook. The guidebook's good though. But I read this really intuitively. And it was the first deck that it came natural to read it intuitively. I think that's part of why it became my favourite deck, because I could just throw down a whole load of cards and just be like, okay, this is what it means. Even without looking at the cards, like what the cards actually are. But yes, so Tarot of Mystical Moments and the Hierophant card is my favourite. So I'll just put a few decks back in. So yeah, thank you very much to Angel for creating this tag. It was really, really fun. Hopefully I can do some more tags soon. I feel like there hasn't been that many recently. But yeah, this was really, really fun. I've been watching quite a lot of the other, every time another one shows up, I've been watching it as well. It's just really fun to see how everyone has been interpreting these prompts. So yeah, so thank you Angel, and thank you for watching everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.